For more on this, joining me from Tawila in Sudan is Noah Taylor. He's the head of operations at the Norwegian Refugee Council. Noah, welcome. So 400 children in the last month arriving at the displacement camps without their parents. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? Because that is a shocking number of kids to just be on their own in this situation.
It is a shocking number of children, and what is actually more shocking is hearing some of the stories that these children have experienced and the journeys that they've actually taken to reach Tawila. Many of these children are arriving by themselves without any caregivers. As you saw from my colleague just in that clip there are children taking care of children. So not only are they arriving after this harrowing journey across the desert from El-Fasher, they're arriving by themselves, they're scared, they're hungry, they're tired, and many of them have no family or very little connections in this site in Tawila to actually sort of set up and find some family. Their parents are trapped somewhere else, they're still behind, or they've lost them entirely. It's an incredibly depressing situation.
And so when these children are arriving at the displacement camps, what's the immediate priority for you as the Norwegian Refugee Council in terms of their health? I mean, what kind of state are they in after that harrowing journey?
We're fortunate enough that we have some very good health and nutrition actors here, including Doctors Without Borders, who are able to instantly screen for malnutrition and any immediate health concerns. We support local responders here to set up some kitchens that provide some hot meals. And then through NRC's psychosocial support program, we're able to get some of these kids into some learning spaces, you can see from the footage here, where they're able to process some of the trauma and start to deal with what they've experienced. These children have witnessed horrific crimes, horrific brutality and violence, and some way to process this is essential if they're going to ever be children again.
And what kind of impact does that have on a child, and what kind of lasting damage does that do psychologically to kids?
The damage can last for years and years. NRC has been running this psychosocial support program in many other countries around the world for quite some time, and we've seen very, very good outcomes with it. But the damage that these children can have going all the way up to adulthood can last for an incredibly long time. And so that's why it's critical that we manage to process some of this trauma as early as possible and provide them with some basic support. But this also only deals with that immediate mental health crisis. There's also very, very pressing material needs, food, shelter, water, healthcare, and ultimately in the long run, education as well, where these children need to be able to get back to school to start rebuilding the future of Sudan.
Needs to happen in terms of getting what needs, the requirements for diseases, cholera, malaria, vaccine preventable illnesses. Given that there's still ongoing violence, how difficult is it to get those treatments in for kids?
Tawila is an incredibly difficult place to access logistically and bureaucratically. It's a multi-day drive up very rocky mountain passes to get anything of quantity and quality to this part of Darfur. And once it's there, it's a matter of then actually not only reaching the people here in Tawila, but also people that are still coming from El-Fasher in many satellite towns around the area. I visited one of these locations last week and met a woman who had actually left her children behind in another town closer to Tawila because she couldn't afford to pay the transporters enough money to actually get her and her children closer to Tawila. So she left her children behind, paid for herself to transport to this smaller town in the effort of trying to find some work to earn a little bit of money to try to bring her children forward. So not only do we need the logistical support to get these critical supplies in, we also need the warring parties to allow free and unrestricted access of civilians to reach the assistance that is available and not to hamper and extort them where they can.
Noah Taylor from the Norwegian Refugee Council, live from Tawila in Sudan. Thank you so much.